detective work. You got ratted out by a Big Mac flipper.
Let's get some updates on Tim Shooty Chalamet. Some social media users seem to lack sympathy for the United Healthcare's CEO.
And remarkable, unsettling to watch the public response to what has happened.
It's been unsettling to watch the public respond to the murder of a healthcare CEO with glee. Are you worried?
Here, and just the kind of caustic reaction to a father, to an infant.
Oh wait, the shooter coming to the look-alike contest in New York City. Cinema.
A part of the social media response, I mean, I think, you know, outside of social media, maybe everyone sort of just sees this as a cold-blooded murder. Look, never, if your tweet starts with assassination is bad, but you might want to rethink that tweet, right? I mean, in other words, and if your important social policy mission to change healthcare can only get traction because of an assassination, you might want to rethink your political strategy. I am as liberal as the next person, and I find this horrifying because if we are a society who thinks that we can get progressive change only through highlighting, you know, no one quite says it, but, you know, essentially highlighting that there might be a reason for.
There's shirts already, which I had conflicting feelings about until I realized there's something poetic about someone profiting off of this prick's death. Yeah, and it's not other health insurance executives. You know, I'm not gonna buy any of the shirts because I know for damn sure these are like drop shipping, you know, Redbubble ass t-shirts that are gonna fade away and, like, you know, the print's gonna peel off. It's gonna be cheap. I'm not gonna buy any of them, but I'm also not gonna tell people don't do that, because it seems like there's a lot of support in the public for, you know, the maligning and deposing of you know, health insurance executives. I'm cool with it. Keep it up. All right, that's good agitprop. They're making fan edits on TikTok. I disavow. I completely disavow this. Okay? Not because it's, you know, good agitprop, but because it's theater kid shit. That's why I disavow it.
Assassination that isn't somehow justified. We are no longer a civilized society. I really believe that. I feel quite strongly on it. And people,
I agree.
And the NYPD is getting in this too, so that it sort of fits this whole thing, like the big man. We're going after the man, you know, like the NYPD and healthcare. And I don't know the motivation of the person.
We actually have some examples of what we're talking about here. Things like, unfortunately, my condolences are out of network. Prior authorization is required for thoughts and prayers.
This is what you're upset about? This is what you're all upsetty spaghetti about? The jokes?
Guys, this is a man with a family, all right? A family with premium insurance that isn't United Healthcare. What, are we just going to celebrate every time corporate oligarchs are shot in the streets? Unacceptable.
Why is this upsetting? Because that's their bosses. That's their real fucking bosses. The people who are, you know, contributing to CNN. The ones that are paying politicians. The health insurance industry, the healthcare industry, is the largest corporate lobby in America. Larger than the oil and gas lobby, larger than the gun lobby. They pay out the ass to make sure that you don't have healthcare, to make sure we do not have what other comparable OECD nations have. And these morons, you can't even say morons, they know exactly why the public is celebrating this. They know exactly why. This is a bipartisan take here. Republican, Democrat, non-voter, conservative, liberal, socialist, everyone everyone hates their insurance. This was a line that Bernie used. No one loves their insurer. They like their doctor.
A few moments later.
Here's New York City Mayor Eric Adams with an update.
Of United Healthcare was the victim of a senseless act of violence. It was crucial that we were able to remove him off the streets of America, and we were going to seek him out no matter where he was at the time. And so this is a strong person of interest. The police commissioner and chief of detectives will go over where we are right now in the investigation. He matches the description of the identification we've been looking for.
It's fucking anti-Italian discrimination. That's what this is. Ugats.
Also in possession of several items that we believe will connect him to this incident. How did we do it? Good old-fashioned police work.
Somebody at a McDonald's ratted him out. We saw what that good old-fashioned police work looks like when you were going through Central Park. Fox segment on the search for the shooter is incredible. Look at how the NYPD searches Central Park. They're just going for a dude. Yep, this bush is good. I looked at one part of this shrub. Yep, nothing there. Incredible stuff.
The chief of detectives and the police commissioner made the decision to release as much of a photo that we had at the time. We sent it across the country, and someone, a McDonald's employee, did something we ask every American to do. If you see something, say something, but most importantly, do something.
You didn't do fucking no detective work. You got ratted out by a fucking Big Mac flipper. You got ratted out. What did you do? Okay, it's not even in your fucking state. It was in Pennsylvania. All right. Oh God. Maroon talking about fucking ratted out by a goddamn minimum wage worker. Don't even have health care. Class traders strike again.
For just over 5 days, our NYPD investigators combed through thousands of hours of video, followed up on hundreds of tips, and processed every bit of forensic evidence, DNA, fingerprints, IP addresses, and so much more to tighten the net. We deployed drones, canine units, and scuba divers. We leveraged the domain awareness system, Argus cameras, and conducted aviation.
Yeah, they sure are patting themselves on the back for this. Yeah, for doing nothing. Nothing you did inside the state of New York yielded any results. Nothing. I suppose the only thing that they did that like yielded a result was release a photo. What did they know? Find Luigi, chat. Quick. Find Luigi.
I don't know, it's you know what's fucked up, Paul, is I've been doing a bit in my act, talking about how it was better when the mob was running shit, because they were regulated simply because what they were doing was illegal. And I know that they were making a bunch of money, but they couldn't be flashing around. They had wars, they whacked each other and shit, and I was saying, like, how fucking great would it be to see, like, you know, the head of fucking, you know, Walmart gets whacked by the head of the fucking Target guy, have a nice old-fashioned fucking war and just thin the herd and keep everybody honest. But the problem is, those
Listen, let them fight. Let them fight.
guys are all on the legal side of stealing. And all of those politicians, they give the politicians the heads up, and then they turn around, they make all these fucking money. Andrew, what the fuck were you saying? Nancy Pelosi just made $9 million on some shit?
Nancy Pelosi's stock trades saw a 65% return last year. This comes as Congress has stalled talks on banning lawmakers from trading stocks.
They're gangsters, dude. Fucking gangsters. And then one of them gets whacked or something, they're like, oh my God, he was such a good guy. It's a dirty game, Paul. Healthcare, dirty game.
It's a dirty game. I tweeted last night, I go, the CEO of Aetna called a meeting today. They're going to relook at some of those claims they denied. Jesus, dude. Yeah, but so I heard an ex-military guy go, because two ex-military guys talked, and then John Walsh from America's Most Wanted to talk. John Walsh doesn't think it was a professional. This ex-military guy said the way he was...
John Walsh, oh my God. Come on. Bill, you gotta come in clutch with one of those. Why the fuck are you listening to fucking John Walsh? What does he know? He's a TV host.
Standing and the way he held his gun was definitely some training involved. But the weird thing was, knowing the guy was going to be there at 6 a.m. in the morning, they said the dude knew he'd be there, and the dude was there for hours.
But here's my question, Paul. Why is there this level of coverage? Somebody gets gunned down in New York every fucking day. Now all of a sudden, all these experts have to weigh in?
Yeah.
That's because of the status. We can't have white guys in suits getting whacked.